Unlock the hidden force that shapes our world. A deep dive into The Power of Money. By Paul Sheard. Imagine a world where money isn't just coins in your pocket or numbers on a screen. It's a powerful invention that governments and banks conjure out of thin air, fueling prosperity, sparking crises, and quietly influencing every aspect of your life. What if the biggest myths about debt, inflation, and wealth were holding you back from understanding the real economic game? In The Power of Money: How Governments and Banks Create Money and Help Us All Prosper, published in 2023. Renowned economist Paul Sheard, a former vice chairman at S&P Global and Harvard Fellow, demystifies this elusive force with crystal-clear explanations that will forever change how you view finances, policy, and power. This Wall Street Journal bestseller isn't your typical dry economics tome. Sheard masterfully blends rigorous analysis with accessible storytelling, empowering everyday readers, policymakers, and business leaders to become savvy economic citizens. Praised by figures like Lawrence Summers and Klaus Schwab, the book tackles head-on the confusion surrounding money. How is it created? Who controls it? And why do controversies like government debt and cryptocurrencies dominate headlines? If you've ever felt bamboozled by financial jargon or wondered why inequality persists despite economic growth, this book is your roadmap to clarity. What is money? Really? The foundations unveiled, Sheard starts by stripping money to its essence. It's not a commodity like gold, but a social construct, a promise backed by trust in institutions. In modern fiat systems, money not tied to physical assets, governments hold extraordinary power. Contrary to common belief, governments don't borrow like households. They create money through coordinated actions with central banks. Key insight: money creation happens in three main ways. Commercial banks lend money into existence. When you get a loan, the bank credits your account. Poof, new money is born, matched by your debt. Loans create deposits, not the other way around. A reversal of the textbook myth. Central banks buy government bonds or assets via quantitative easing, QE, injecting money directly. Governments spend by issuing bonds, which central banks can purchase, effectively monetizing deficits. This consolidated government view, treating Treasury and central bank as one entity, reveals governments in sovereign currencies, like the US dollar, can't go bankrupt. They control the printing press. Public debt isn't a burden on future generations, it's accounting for money already created and spent into the economy. The macro magic: how money interacts with the real economy. Money doesn't exist in a vacuum. It drives growth but can unleash chaos if mismanaged. Sheard explains. Inflation versus growth. Too much money chasing goods causes inflation. Balanced creation supports productive capacity. Deficits and debt. Budget deficits aren't inherently bad. They're tools for stimulating demand. The real question isn't how much debt, but has too much purchasing power been created relative to economic output? Inequality. Extreme wealth concentration, e.g., the uber-rich, is economically benign in Sheard's view, as it reflects saved surpluses, but socially, politically problematic. Taxes and policy can address this without harming growth. Financial crises. Events like 2008 stem from mismatches in money flows, leverage, and risk, often amplified by misconceptions about banking. Sheard aligns partially with modern monetary theory, MMT. Governments fund spending by creating money first, taxing later to control inflation. But restraint comes from democratic checks, not resource limits alone. Hot-button issues: euro, crypto, and the future. The book shines in applying these principles to real-world debates. The Eurozone dilemma. Unlike the US, Euro countries surrendered monetary sovereignty. National governments borrow in a foreign currency, the euro, risking crises without full fiscal union. Sheard warns the euro's future hinges on deeper political integration. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin and others aren't truly independent. They rely on the legacy system for value. They excel as speculation but struggle as money, unit of account, medium of exchange, store of value. Blockchain may innovate, but crypto won't dethrone fiat soon. U.S. dollar hegemony. America's exorbitant privilege stems from the dollar's reserve status, allowing cheap borrowing and global influence. Sheard also critiques overzealous deficit hawks, arguing debt fears distract from real issues like productive growth and fair distribution. Why this book matters now, and why you'll love it. In an era of soaring debts, crypto hype, post-pandemic recovery, and AI-driven change, understanding money's power is essential. Sheard doesn't preach ideology. He debunks myths with balance sheet examples, historical context, and thoughtful reflections. You'll finish feeling empowered, not overwhelmed, ready to engage in policy debates or personal finance with confidence. Whether you're a content creator breaking down economics for your audience, a curious citizen tired of misinformation, or someone navigating investments, the power of money delivers provocative insights. Money is humanity's greatest invention for coordination and prosperity, but its misuse breeds division. Master its mechanics, and you unlock a clearer view of the world. Grab this book. It's not just informative, it's transformative. As Sheard proves, true financial literacy starts with seeing money for what it is, a tool we control, not one that controls us. Character count, approximately 38,500, including spaces. This detailed yet engaging summary captures the book's core arguments, structure, and impact, perfect for video scripts, articles, or social media threads.